Wholeness, beautiful beings, welcome to my channel. My name is Rashida Silvertree, and today's topic, it involves empaths. What the gift of being a student teacher can offer others and themselves. Okay? This is for empaths out there that need a little, a little encouragement, because sometimes it can get a little cray-cray, all right? For us, it is empathy. The path of the empath is a pathless path, right? Your head will be spinning. You'll be confused. Just when you think, oh, this is my calling, this is my purpose, then you're pulled somewhere else. It is a path not for the weak. It will make you strong. So, what is a student teacher? I firmly believe that we are in a game called life, a simulation, if you will, and we take on the roles of characters, mommy, daddy, student, teacher, daughter, son, fireman, doctor, nurse, even a thief, prostitute, murderer, criminal, war hero. We have many different roles that we play throughout our entire lifespan, right? And some roles will dominate others will take a back seat, but we are in a game, a simulation game, okay? And so for empaths, those of you who are at a space on your path where you're finally integrating, you're finally gaining footing, and it takes decades, okay? And for those super talented empaths who have found your calling and purpose and whatnot super early, in your childhood or your 20s and 30s, and you're just solid, and this isn't for you. But this message specifically is for those empaths who are just now walking into the door of realization and actualization, and you are completely embracing your true nature as an empath, okay? So student teacher, that role is profound in life, okay? It's very difficult to identify this experience, because a lot of the times this has nothing to do with your career, the type of career you have, the type of relationship you have, your interests, your hobbies. It does, but it doesn't, right? It primarily just has to do with your nature as a being having a human experience. The student learns, the teacher teaches. But with both roles simultaneously working together, it's a lot. You can be the student and you're teaching the lesson to someone that needs to learn the lesson, but then you're learning how to teach that better with every single experience that you have. You take all of your experiences and you give back, right, what you've received. There's a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of up and down, multiple spiritual awakenings, right? Some people will just have one or two profound spiritual experiences, but usually on the student teacher role, you have multiple, where just when you think you've become the master teacher of something, of an experience or of a subject or a career or this or that, here comes another lesson for you, and you drop back down to the student. We can't all remain students of life forever, right? You can't just be a student. You have to graduate into new spaces and new places in your existence, in your life. But then, and also, you can't just come out of the womb being a master teacher at something. Now, people will call that an awakened being or an enlightened soul. Okay, fair. But there's still things that you will need to learn how to do. Otherwise, you would not be here. Right? So, there's always something to teach others. And there's always something to learn from others. The relationship between a guru and student, or a guide and a student. I like the word guide, if anything. If someone were to call me a guru, teacher, whatever, spiritual teacher, no, I would, if anything, is guide. That's what my name means. My mother given name is Rashida. And so it comes from the 99 name of Allah. In Sufism, Ya Rashid, Ya Allah, Ya Rashid, in the name of all that is, Allahu Akbar, okay? Ya Rashid is the guide. right? You receive, you have, it's a very challenging path, okay, to be a guide, because there's a lot you have to learn, right? And this is not me putting myself on a pedestal, okay? It is what it is. Being a teacher will humble you. Being a student will humble you. There are rewards and then there are losses. Okay? You gain some, you lose some. It is a beautiful role to embrace and to succumb to. But it's not for the faint of heart, because you can get stuck very easily being a student where you don't learn the lesson, you don't integrate fully, and it just continues to just that cycle's never broken. And that teacher, when the lesson's learned, then that cycle is broken, and then you enter into knowing, where now you are accountable or responsible. If someone were to cross your path seeking guidance, you can say, hey, I have experience, this is what you should not do, or this is, I can suggest that you do this. Another thing about the student teacher role, let me get back on track here with the relationship between the guru and student. They're both teaching each other. They're both learning from each other. The guru says, I am just a reflection of you. You go within. The guru, the spiritual guide will always turn it back onto the seeker. Okay? The seeker teaches the guide to be better at executing the lesson. Really and truly. And as an actual educator, okay, like, you get it, it's a skill set. It's a skill set. You don't just, a first year teacher doesn't just who teaches kids, right? They don't just off the jump know what they're doing. Between the two, it takes 2 to 5 years to gain your footing. Actually, 3 to 5 years to gain your footing in your classroom or whatever instruction that you're doing. It takes 10 years to be a master at something, right? Or competent enough to where you have enough backbone and you have enough backing to deliver a lesson in a multitude of different ways that can reach everyone, right? It is a calling, okay? But I just wanted to pinpoint that because, it can offer, as an empath, right, you feel, we are the great sensitive souls, okay? We are highly sensitive. And it to us, at times, it feels like a burden. I don't want to say curse, but I will say sometimes it feels like a burden. And, but when on the upside, it's so beautiful and such a blessing. I have so many interesting life situations and experiences where I've been placed in spaces and places where people really, really needed guidance. And I didn't know, I was just like, I followed source, or what you guys call God. I followed the higher power for direction. That's what a true guide does anyway. I feel like a guide just opens himself up, to be guided. You're a conduit, if you will. But yeah, I've had experiences where people were in deep need, and I didn't fully get the full picture until after the experience was complete, until after everything settled down. Could I fully understand what was really happening? But as it was happening, it was almost like something else greater than myself was guiding me through that experience to help another person. And also, but the tricky thing being a student teacher, but the student part of it is discernment. Oh, empaths, I feel ya. Discernment is so crucial. Discernment can take such a long time to develop. You can call it a psychic, your psychic gifts. You can call it your intuition. You can call it your inner knowing, wisdom, past experiences, whatever, okay? Because I want this message to touch everyone across the board, not just a spiritualist or a religious person, but everyone. Discernment takes skill. You have to learn. I'm still on this. Like I'm intuitively, I'm very, well, some people look psychic, but very sensitive mentally, okay? And also emotionally. Like I can really read people very well. What I have a hard time following is my own physical, like, voice. Like even after all these years, I still feel that there's a disconnect with my physical form, because the body keeps a score, right? The body holds memory. The body can tell you when things aren't right. And this is why I'm so excited for my journey with animal shamanism, because it teaches you to get in tune with the physical reality in a metaphysical way, and in a much deeper way than just saying, oh, there's a tree, there's a bird, there's a dog, there's a flower. No. It forces you to go into the body and allow the body to speak to you intuitively. A lot of the time, my dear empaths who are in your student phase, right? Or you're playing a role as a student right now, we'll know something isn't right, but instead of, the body will say, go right, and you go left, right? The body holds in strong intuitive power, especially for my females, my women out there, right? Women, our wombs will tell us when something ain't right, when something's not adding up, when you're with the wrong partner, and you just think and feel, oh, that's just butterflies, I'm just nervous. No. There's a reason why you're feeling nervous, or that nervous, exciting feeling when you feel nauseous. Pay attention to that. Okay? Discernment is key to an empath's development. If you have weak discernment, where you can't discern what's feeling right, wrong, or good, like I mentioned before in my other video, you're in trouble. And the lessons that you will learn as a student teacher will be very potent, unforgettable, hopefully not unforgivable, but it's tough. That being a student of discernment is a tough one. That's a tough season and cycle to be in. I grew up as a child. I was scared of people, not understanding why. I was very quiet, hyper observant, never felt comfortable with people. I couldn't discern if it was just my own anxiety and fears, or if it was the fears, and I was so sensitive as a little child that the fear and anxiety was coming and oozing from other people into me. As a teenager, it got better. The more I started to experiment with my energy, I started to externalize myself more and develop my identity, right? Because that's needed in child development, is identity. That's when I was starting to really get to know myself, but I still really struggled all throughout my teens, all throughout my early 20s. I was just I didn't want confrontation. I didn't want to, it was hard for me to stand up for myself, to speak up for myself, and to discern it, people. Because I was so good nurtured, and just, if I'm loving, they're loving. If I'm kind, they're kind. If I'm respectful, they're respectful. Very novice. Because the energy in this realm, people will smile in your face. They'll smile. say good things. They'll even commit really good acts just to put on a front. And you have to discern not only in the mind, heart, spirit, but in your body. Many empaths I know have a hard time with the body. And it's not just body image, like I'm too skinny or I'm too fat. No. Or I'm too black, or I'm too white, or I'm too thick. No. It's not it's not aesthetic. It has nothing to do with aesthetic. It has everything to do with your own personal language and relationship with that language, and the intuitive language of your body, and how well you're able to get in connection with that. And then, as a teacher, my dear empath, as a teacher, you can take all that you've learned and share it with those who need it. Also, one very important thing, don't go seeking to give guidance to others. Don't seek seekers. Don't seek them out, because you won't get everything. You're going to get everybody that has all kinds of stuff going wrong with them. This is why I don't claim, oh, come to me, seek my wisdom. No, I just upload this stuff because I feel guided to do so. And that I would say, enough. I didn't have the confidence 15 years ago to do this. Get online at 20 years old and say, hey, look what I've learned. No, I didn't have the experience that I have now, where I feel confident enough. There are many things I don't know, and probably never will. And that's fine with me. I'm not here to know everything. I'm not here to share everything. But I do have something to say, and I feel guided to say it. So teachers, guides, I like the word, the guide, the student guide. I like that better than teacher. Because like teachers, they give instruction. I'm not giving you instruction. Guidance it's to me, when I hear the guide, it's like they give you, it's almost like someone takes you on a safari and they say, this is the map of the land, this is the layout, here's some information, here's a pamphlet, don't go over there, go check out that spot over there. If you need more information or if you need more guidance, I'm right here, go do you. That's what resonates. May that being receive the service they need to get through what they're going through. I hope they make it. Yeah, so just an ambulance going by. So again, you're gonna have, and as empaths, you guys all know this, it's gonna go up and down. Like I might enter into a season where I'm the student, and the majority of my experiences, I'm learning lessons. And then I'll enter a season where I'm guiding a lot more. I'm giving direction a lot more. And then I'll enter back into a season or cycle where I'm learning again. It's a beautiful dance of life. So I am a student of life, and I am also a guide of life. And that's it. That's all. I'm, Ya Rashid, Ya Allah, Ya Rashid, Ya Allah, Ya Rashid, Ya Allah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So, may you receive this message. Let me know what you think or feel. Take care.